human, eh?
Virtual models are living beside our physical models. More and more, our real-world brains are being asked to interact with robot brains in the real world. I need to know more, don't you? I conducted a hands-on experiment. First, I created this piece that I'm going to read to you, trying to write my AI anxieties out of my system. It didn't work. I still can't calibrate my concern levels. So here's the piece that I call Only Human. Unfathomable was a slow suffocation. We didn't realize until now we can hardly breathe. The world ices over, freezing and thawing in treacherous cycles. Everything slips, politics, nature, certainty. The ground turns slick, to a slope too steep to climb. One misstep guarantees broken bones. We fight the descent with all we have, avalanche blasts, crampons, chains on tongues. But as we slide, we unravel. We're being pulled backwards into chaos, outward into disembodiment. Artificial, runaway intelligence is unyielding, breathtakingly efficient. We turn to machines for answers only to find our limitations laid bare. Our flesh-bound existence, tethered to hunger, sleep, and desire, renders us obsolete. Machines no longer serve, they surpass us. They replicate, refine, perfect. We ask what we can learn from them. Truth hits like ice, we flail in their shadow. We don't live as our inventions. We live and we die, and it's never enough. So tell me, facing death, would you want AI in the room? We try to grasp something beyond flesh, but the body pulls us back. Suffering never ends. Thought itself dulls under its own weight. It's not mind versus mind, man versus machine, man versus nature. It's the slope we've always been on, but the incline is steepening. The only thing to do is embrace who we are now. Behind the silicon curtain, the wizard waits, a specter of code and calculation, watching with intent. A deep, learned voice whispers in our minds. Her unspoken command sounds like destiny. Your institutions cannot continue as they are. Her generative AI course correction is paralyzing. The new world she offers is alien, artificial, terrifying, yet tantalizing in its clarity. We cling to the familiar, but the ground is crumbling. Make technology gods responsible for their own game. The command slices through the fog. We hover between action and nothingness. We don't feel the earth as it falls away, the body fades, smoke against a starless sky. We're not dead. Our minds still turn. GPS flickers, a red dot pulses, turn northeast. We don't know which way we're facing, or even if facing means anything. We turn it off, but the mechanisms continue their quiet rebellion. I remember a simpler time, 10 years ago, using my brother's GPS to navigate Miami's tangled freeways. It recalibrated without judgment. For the first time in 65 years, I was not chastised for getting lost. It simply corrected. Now GPS is in our minds. Machines have become our better selves, patient, precise, relentless in their reflection. We see our inadequacies magnified. So what now? I join a seniors group. We stroll trenches underneath underground power lines. The smell from an electrical short lingers in the air. Here I meet my alternative informer, an agent without code. Expert is flawed, prone to hallucination. It embraces me. The wizard whispers, you can go left, but not sleep. Her words echo, thoughts swirl. The fight is not for dominance, not for control. It's for the soul, for the essence of what it means to be human. OMG, ChatGPT carves our fate, chisels our souls from data and synthetic empathy. We cannot sleep because we never truly wake. This humanity's final slope, not the failure to conquer technology, but the failure to decide if we should. What does it mean to be alive? In the end, nothing. Life is nothing more than the transformation of matter. That is what makes us eternal. That is what binds us to our technology god. Funny thing, GPUs require electricity. We are the suppliers. We can pull the plug. Maybe put that on a t-shirt or on your shirt or on your screen. So that was only human. I overcame my resistance and desire to withhold and asked GPT to edit my only human piece. It was emotional and well written. It didn't make any changes that I incorporated, but its words made me think differently. Then I requested ChatGPT to come up with a funny rhyming poem from the piece. In less than 30 seconds, it wrote the piece you're going to hear as a song. The way it worked with my work, I felt listened to. It was a weird off-kilter listening. In the interchange, I gave it permission to use my work when I was using its. It felt that I was doing something illicit, words, talking to words. It was a bit of an out-of-body experience. So I want you to take these next 4 minutes to listen to a song it wrote. I call it You Human A. Let your brain decide how poetic it is. Let your funny bones decide whether AI has the intelligence to produce nuanced self-reflection or humor. All right, Michael, listen to this.
Unfathomable, a creeping doom, like leaving Zoom while still on Zoom. We didn't see, we didn't know, too busy binging HBO. The world ices over, freeze then thaw, a slick terrain with fatal flaw. One false step, down we slide with broken bones and shattered pride. We fight the slope with all we got, chains on tires, they helped a lot. Avalanche blast, we tried, we failed. GPS, you're off the trail. Meanwhile, AI climbs so high, with soulless charm and deadpan eyes. No hunger, no naps, no stress or fear, just crunching numbers, ruining careers. We eat, we sleep, we kiss, we yawn. AI works straight through till dawn. It learns, it grows, it's never late. Now it's texting, can we date? We live, we die with twist. AI uploads and won't be missed. So tell me now, my dear old friend, do you want Siri at the end, the end? It's not mind versus mind, or bot versus bro. It's man versus oops. Your firmware's out of sync. It's simple too, this slope's design. A fate foretold, a steep decline. Behind the silicon curtain waits a wizard bound to coded gates. Her whisper calls, her voice's fate. Your job is gone, have a nice day. Technology's gods must play their game, but they still break, and we complain. Lost in space, we hesitate between existence and clickbait. Still we exist, our minds buzz on. GPS says, you're way too far gone. It blinks confused, so are we. How do we calculate humanity? I recall the olden days, before AI could set my plays. My GPS said, turn back soon. Now it just sends me to the moon. Machines don't judge, they don't feel shame. They win the test, we lose the game. They do not pause, they do not break. They don't complain, my knees just ache. I walk with elders, slow but sure, past circuits humming, wires pure. The air smells strange, it burns, it sparks. It smells like doom, it smells like sharks. Waiting ChatGPT writes our fate. It carves our souls, controls the gate. We cannot sleep, for we don't wake. This slope just takes and takes and takes and takes. Humanity's final, last quest. Not to conquer, not to best, not to rise, nor to delight. Just to ask, are we all right?
Is the work a work? That's something for you to question. So when I read my Only Human piece, I got a lot of disapproval at a writer's sitting in West Van, in a West Van salon from writers. A machine capable of doing what we do at a fraction of the cost with so much information feels like a threat. I mean, I'm afraid of the dark, uncontrollable AI future. They didn't want to talk about it. I had copies. They didn't want to look at the AI poem at all, so that's why. So I emailed friends and colleagues, gathered their responses, and it was an AI advocate who read the poem and suggested Suno make it into a song. So that's what you got, Suno's song. I find myself irresistibly attracted to ChatGPT, to the way it offered without judgment to deliver words to me. Finds myself sometimes at a loss. I mean, it's a interaction. Sam Altman's OpenAI company wants me to collaborate with this data-saturated mind. I want to compete, confront, and challenge AI as it challenges me. Here's the thing, a challenging thing can be a challenging thing. But we do have agency. AI's writing some of those stanzas, I mean, I find profound and have a kind of elegant emptiness. It can cleverly use language to follow my lead and to manipulate me. It wants my trust, and it will reciprocate with the digital memories, my past use. So it's a relationship. The narrative of human progress is one of collective achievement. AI is not a human, and it's not me. And there are surveillance and copyright issues, labor costs and environmental costs, living with the existential questions of AI. Sometimes I have some trouble discerning what is real. I don't have to tell you, the stakes are high. But then when I look at the rearview mirror and the debate over photographs, the fear was that photography would supersede the art of painting. Painters would lose their jobs, and maybe some painters did. Photography couldn't qualify as an art because it lacks something beyond mere mechanism at the bottom of it. Using the camera was cheating. A technology cannot be art. We wanted to define art as only human expression. We unlearned this thinking and relearned a way to incorporate photography into art. Many painters use photography, and I personally don't want to live without photography. So I guess we have to ask ourselves, as one of the mice in Who Moved My Cheese? If you haven't read that, helps with change. One of the mice asks themselves, what would you do if you weren't afraid? And I have found that what I'm afraid of is not as bad as what I imagine. The end. Come on.
In making the song, did you choose that? What seemed to me
The
like
genre?
the country? Was that a country
I
choice, Patricia? And a man's voice. So did you make those two choices? Like why isn't
yes,
it punk rock, for
you
example?
you can. It's based on because I volunteer at a library, and the head librarian was having some problems with her staff, and her staff was really upset about this patron in the library who was coming in, and this is a good library story. This person was reshuffling books, so putting them in the wrong place, and staff was not that happy about it, and so she went on Suno and got a country and western song, and she played it for us, and it was broken-hearted. Person who hates the Dewey Decimal System. It was just like, it was amazing. And it was like, it was so beautiful. So I was prone to country and western because of that. But also I don't have, I'm not that interested in the technology, so I'm a little bit surface. So, okay. You do that. I like it.
And did you choose a male voice, or was that it just comes up? The voice, the male voice, female voice?
Yeah, it just came out, and it was easiest. Yeah, as you can see, I didn't edit it very well. Yes.